What is up, Epic Chatters? I am here to talk about Volume 9, Dawn's Early Light. Just finished it today, guys. Took me about 2 days to read it. 496 pages, guys, covering 1980 to 1982, the 80s. And yeah, the year I was born, guys, 1980. Doesn't show, right? I don't look that old, right? But yes, exercise and a lot of sex helps you stay young. So do that, guys. Exercise, drink water, get a lot of sleep, and you'll stay forever young. But we're not talking about me, guys. We're talking about Captain America, Volume 9, Dawn's Really Light, as I said. Wow, what an array of really awesome creators, guys. You got John Byrne, Mike Zeck, Roger Stern, J.M. DeMatteis, Gene Colan, David Michelinie, and David Anthony Kraft, all working to create this amazing volume of issues covering Captain America 247 to 266 and annual number 5, king size annual number 5, which we don't call it anymore. We don't call it king size, just annual. And yeah, guys, I mean, we start off with a by the way, I did post in the community tabs the rundown of each issue, but I'll just give you a quick overview. You have Cap facing the Machine Smith, with issues 247 and 249, so it's a three-parter. You got Roger Stern and John Byrne together, co-plotting, and Roger Stern writing the dialogue, and John Byrne doing the pencils. Then we move on to 250, which is Cap. I always keep saying Cap is running for president, but he doesn't run for president. He just thinks about it. It's a pretty interesting issue. You know, he saves this congressman from a terrorist group, and then some dude who's there is like, you know what, you should run for president, Cap. And Cap's like, well, I don't know. I'm not really a politician, and I'm not really a civic-minded leader. I mean, I'm a hero, yes, but I've never ran for politics. I've never been a mayor, a governor, a senator, none of that. Why the fuck would I be qualified to be a president? But it's a pretty neat issue. I like it. And hopefully you guys will like it too. It's issue 250, but it's not a double size. Usually they do double size issues on the, the 200, 300, those issues, or 250, 225, 275. But 250 is treated like a regular issue, oddly enough. But yeah, Cap makes his decision. I mean, as we all know, it's not really a spoiler, but we all know Cap doesn't become the president. Then what is it? 251 and 2 and 3. Then I know it's Captain Blood. Baron Blood. I think Baron Blood was 253, 54. What was 251, 52? I forget, guys. Sorry, let me look in my book. I'm talking about Volume 9, by the way, Dawn's Early Light. 251, 52 was the Mercenary and the Madman. Oh, that's right. That's the one where now I remember, Mr. Hyde and Batroc. Batroc frees 251 to 252 is a two-parter. Batroc frees Mr. Hyde from Rikers Island, and Mr. Hyde wants to crash this tanker, this Roxxon oil tanker, into the docks and blow up the city. But Batroc's like, wait a minute, I don't want to do that. I just want to get the ransom. It's like $1 billion ransom, and Captain America as a hostage. But Batroc the Leaper wants to, because he knows that Mr. Hyde is unstable, so he brought Cap along to stop Hyde so that Batroc can make off with the ransom. So it's like a double twist, like a double, triple switcheroo, you know. Batroc betrays Hyde to Captain America so he can make off with the cash and not destroy the city. Then 253, 54 is Baron Blood. Cap goes to England and meets the Falsworth family. Spitfire and Union Jack, who he fought with in World War II as part of the Invaders. And then Baron Blood is the vampire Nazi. He's a British, but he was he fought with the Nazis, or on the Nazi side, and was a vampire. And there's some serial killings going on that are unexplained, but it turns out that Baron Blood is among them. But I'm not going to spoil that. I won't spoil for you guys. You got to read it. That's 253, 54. Then 255 is a 40th anniversary celebration of Captain America when he first started as a comic book. So they decided to tell his story as told by Roger Stern and John Byrne. That was pretty cool. And that's the end. Then we move on to 256 and 7. What was it? Why can't I remember this off the top of my head? See, guys, this is interesting. Some stories are better than others. Oh, yes, Ghost of Greymore Castle. Okay, I got to cheat, guys, because I forget. Like I said, some stories are better than others. They're memorable, and others are very, very much disposable. But yeah, Greymore Castle, that's where he runs into Cedric Rawlings. For those of you who don't remember, in Tales of Suspense 69, 70, and 71, Cap ended up in Greymore Castle and met this British traitor to the Nazis, Cedric Rawlings, and his sister Celia. And then, if you guys don't remember, check out my video on Volume 1. It's the very first volume of Captain America. And so she died. She got killed. And Cedric, she got shot and killed. And then Cedric Rawlings supposedly was burned by the missile, but he's still alive and he's hideously deformed. The Druid Demon, who I thought was the Demon, the Druid. I thought he was the Druid in 187, 188 of Captain America. But they call him the Druid, the Demon Druid. Like it matters, right, guys? Who cares? It's a dumb name, dumb character. He has like horns like a bull. Lame character. But he's there. Then 258. God, what was it? Oh, wait, no. 258, what was it? You know, guys, I'm going to spare you. Just go into the communities tab, hit the like on that because I did a full rundown. I know 259 involves Dr. Octopus and a really touching story of Cap and a war buddy. Cap goes to, this is 259. I forget what 258 is. Cap goes and rescues his war buddy's son from a biker gang. He doesn't rescue him, but he goes to talk with him and says, you know what? Your dad loves you. And the son's a petulant prick. But then the son comes back and gives Cap a motorcycle, which is pretty cool. But it's a touching story. Meanwhile, yeah, like I said, Dr. Octopus tries to steal Cap's shield so he can figure out the principles behind the shield, the material, the alloy. Why is it so indestructible? So he can use it for his arms. Then 260 has Cap going behind bars to test out the prison security, and we meet familiar faces like Deacon and fucking what's his name, Thumper Morgan. Thumper. They're in prison and there's a guy named Thumper. Okay, use your imagination. Imagine why he got that name Thumper. But they also were in Tales of Suspense 62. It was early stories, so Cap has to deal with them and the prison riot, you know, yada yada. Then 261 was Nomad, the return of Nomad, who turns out to be this stuntman, because they're making a Captain America movie out west. So Cap goes to, you know, find out what's going on. So 261, 2, and 3 is a three-parter where Cap faces the Red Skull again, guys. The Red Skull for the umpteenth time, because he has no other villains besides Baron Zemo, Arnim Zola, Baron Strucker, and Red Skull. So it's that. Then 264 is a weird issue about the Dreamers, Morgan McNeil Hardy and the Side Dreamers or whatever. It was okay. It was an interesting story. And then 265 and 66 is Cap teaming up with Spidey and Nick Fury to take on some dude called, sorry about that, called the Sultan. And then Annual 5 has Cap fighting this dude who is an old cripple who he's bored with life and he likes to see people die. That's pretty much it. Hold on, what is 258, guys? Hold on. Oh yeah, 247 also had Baron Strucker. I'm just looking right now, but it was a robot created by the Machine Smith. At one point, I forgot to mention the Machine Smith. By 249, he's trying to find the real Captain America's trying to find the real Machine Smith, and he's like facing literally 100 Machine Smiths, and they're all robots, and he's like, where, he doesn't say fuck, but he's like, where the fuck is the real Machinesmith? God damn, you know, because he's jumping around to different bodies, and it's pretty chaotic. All he had to do, all Cap had to do was just destroy Machine, and they all die. That's pretty much the gist of it. Hold on, 258, Blockbuster. Oh yeah, that was a dumb story. Actually, no, that was a good story. A firefighter gets killed in the line of duty because of an arsonist named Blockbuster, and Cap has to find him. And his neighbor Mike is a firefighter. So that was actually a good story. I take that back. I don't know why I didn't remember it. If it was so good, why didn't I remember it? So that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. We're now in the 80s. We jumped 4 years from Volume 6. So because they haven't released Volume 7 and 8. Come on, Marvel. We want it. Give us that. Give us Frank Miller's Daredevils. Give us Frank Miller's Daredevils. One Daredevil. Frank Miller's era of Daredevil stories. Give us, oh my God, give us Volume 1 of Punisher. Give us Volume 2 of Silver Surfer. All right, but I digress, guys. But this is a great array of creators. Love Gene Colan's art. Again, just where it counts, it's so haunting. The annual number 5, and he did, was it the Baron Blood stories? I forget. I don't know. But yeah, John Byrne. You had John Byrne and Roger Stern team up. Then they finished. Then it was Mike Zeck hooking up with some fill-in guys. Then he hooked up with J.M. DeMatteis. David Michelinie did an issue or two, and then he also did the annual 5 with Gene Colan. David Anthony Kraft did the last 2 Captain America stories, 265 and 266. And that's about it, guys. I think some guys got more credit than they deserved on the front here. Like they did 1, 2, or 3 issues, but they decided, hey, these are some pretty big hitters, so let's put them on the cover. Plus, this is the old font that they don't use anymore for the Epic collection. You know, the old numbering, old lettering. But this is the third. I think this is the third. No, or second. This is the second edition, which came out in 2021. Let me see. This is, guys. I don't have my glasses or contacts, so I'm blind as a bat. Hold on. This is second edition, first printing, yes. So this is the second edition that came out. The first printing came out in 2014. This came out 7 years later in 2021, but they didn't change the font. They kept it like the original, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, see, even the spine is also with the original font. And that's about it, guys. I'm gonna spear ahead to the next volume, which will be, excuse me, it is going to be, guys, Monsters and Men, the next volume, volume 10, which I cannot wait. 1982 to 1983. I was by this time a small toddler. I still can't believe my age, guys. Yeah, I'll be 44 this October. I feel like I'm 24 though. But again, I digress. I can't wait because this has some. This has a story that I've been reading. This actually has a gay character in here, Arnie Roth, and his boyfriend Michael Beck, which is pretty interesting because Jim Shooter was like, I think I don't know if he was a homophobe, but he didn't like to depict gay or homosexual or even talk about it. But there's like 2 guys that embrace. It's in issue 270. I remember 270 shows a gay couple, and the dude Arnie Roth was actually Steve's protector, big tough Brooklyn tough guy when they were younger, and he turns out to be a gay dude, which good for him. You know, it's good that they're, you know, strong, tough gay characters. I don't know if you guys can hear that. My fucking neighbor and their dumb kid is acting, yelling. Anyway, I'm done anyway, guys. That's that. Oh, and I got a new epic, so stay tuned. I'm going to do a quick short to show you what that book is. It came out last week, but for those of you who are curious, stick around, and I'm going to do that in a few minutes. So that is it, guys. I'll be doing volume 10, Monsters and Men, of Monsters and Men. Monsters and Men, but there's a story in there called Of Monsters and Men, which is a play on Of Mice and Men. Volume 10. And who's doing this? Okay, wait. J.M. DeMatteis, David Anthony Kraft, Mike Zeck, Ron Wilson. So I'm assuming Ron Wilson and Sal Buscema doing the. Yeah, I think it's Ron Wilson because that's the artists, the pencilers for that. All right, guys. Thank you. Leave your comments, likes, subscribe or whatever. If you have any questions, if I missed anything, let me know in the comments. I love your compliments and praises. I love you guys. Or if anything you don't like, let me know, and I'll try to explain it better. And until then, next guys, see you in a couple days for another book review, and hopefully I will get to my other videos that I want to show you guys. I'm talking about triple dipping, talking about that problematic Blade Volume 1 versus Tomb of Dracula, some fun top 10, top 15 books that we want to see or want published from Marvel. You know, I got ideas, guys. It's just I'm very slow on the execution, but we'll get it done. All right, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.